So Andrew, let's talk about getting a divorce.
What?
Wait, don't get jumpy.
Okay.
All right, in today's short educational video, I simply want to talk about what may happen to your 401k when, let's just say, when Mr. and Mrs. I don't know decides to call it quits. So you're going to definitely want to stay locked into this short educational video today. Hi, my name is Carson Graves, President and CEO of the Retirement Education Center.
And my name is Andrea, Director of Operations at the Retirement Education Center. And the reason we've created these educational videos is to help to make the difficult and confusing retirement process simple.
Absolutely, and we do this by incorporating a team of strategic partners ranging from certified financial analysts, certified financial planners, estate attorneys, insurance advisors, and other needed professionals that will help us build a comprehensive and holistic roadmap that will let our clients know when, where, and how they can reach their retirement goals.
For specialized strategies on how to maximize your retirement income, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell to be notified when we upload new videos.
Now, before I start this educational lesson for today, it is very, very imperative that you guys know that I am not an attorney. So anytime you go through a divorce, Andrew, you're going to always want to seek out a divorce lawyer to help you with these complicated matters. But what I am able to do is educate you around what we know, as far as from the clients that I've worked with that have actually gone through this process. I can at least educate you about some of the pitfalls that you may want to look out for when it comes to your 401k and a divorce. Now, with that being said, Andrew, you and I both understand, I'm sure many people out there watching really know that when it comes to a divorce, it can take an emotional and a financial toll on the entire household. And unfortunately, Andrew, we also know that most marriages do end up in divorce. And as a matter of fact, there is an alarming statistic that shows that the age group of 50 and older, that the divorce rate over the last 25 years has actually doubled. So, Andrew, when a divorce does happen, you and your ex-spouse will have to decide how you're going to divvy up these assets, including that large 401k that you may have. And finding a solution to these complex matters when it comes to divorce, Andrew, is the reason why we say you're going to have to consult with an attorney to make sure that you follow things correctly. And so we're going to educate you on some of the things that you're going to want to think about when it comes to your 401k and divorce. But before we get into that, there are 2 rules to retirement income that we always want to give you. And Andrew, what are those 2 rules?
Well, rule number 1 is to never run out of money, and rule number 2 is to never forget rule number 1.
So let's go ahead and talk about real quickly what you should be thinking about when it comes to your 401k and divorce. So now let's go ahead and talk about protecting your 401k in case you get a divorce, in case Mr. and Mrs. I don't know decide to call it quits. So let's look at this. One thing you're going to want to take note of that is if you're in most states are going to be under what they call marital property law. Now, this is going to require that any property that you have obtained during your marriage will be divided equitably. It doesn't have to be divided equally. In a community property state, that's different. In a community property state in which I live in Texas, anything that you gather within that marriage, if you get a divorce, it's going to have to be split 50-50. So how do you protect yourself? Well, one of the key ways that we see a lot of wealthy people and anybody who believes they have a significant amount of resources or assets that they might find to be in jeopardy with the spouse that they're marrying, that you may want to take a look at a valid prenuptial agreement. Most people understand this. So if you and your partner agrees to this, this is going to be an excellent way to protect both of you. Also, if you're getting a divorce, here's the first thing that you're going to want to do. You're going to want to talk to your plan administrator. You want to let them know what's going on and see exactly how they would actually handle any type of disbursement of your 401k. What is actually required? What do they need? So you can go ahead and start this process and get everything aligned when you speak to your attorney. The other thing you have to look at are the possible options that you may have once you've decided that you guys are no longer are going to be together. So you have to look at the possibility of dividing your assets and, of course, doing the best thing for these dollars. One of the things that you can do is that you can just keep your 401k. You and your spouse can say, hey, I don't want your 401k. We can just go ahead and split other assets of similar value. That's going to be the least complicated thing you can do. The second thing you may think about doing is liquidating a portion that you own and giving it to your spouse. But you have to understand this is going to come with some issues within itself, because you're going to have tax consequences. And if you're under the age of 59 and a half, you may have a 10% early withdrawal penalty from that as well. So not only would you have to decide, how much you're going to be giving over to that ex-spouse, but you're going to have to decide who's going to be responsible for the taxes on those dollars. The third thing that you guys can decide is to split your 401k assets into a qualified domestic relations order. So this is also known as a quadro. Now, if you do this, there are three possible things that are going to be in play here. One, the account is going to remain with the 401k company. The second thing that you're going to be looking at is that if that money stays within that qualified domestic relation status, then if the ex-spouse decides to take money out of that account, even if they're under the age of 59 and a half, they can avoid that 10% early withdrawal penalty if it's left into this particular status. It's treated just like a direct transfer, so there's no taxes as well when that money is transferred into a qualified domestic relation status. And the third thing that you're going to be really cognizant of is that if you decide that you don't want that status anymore, if you're the person that received part of that 401k from your spouse, and you wanted to roll it over into an IRA to get more control over those assets, well, then anytime you take a distribution at that point, you will not have the luxury, if you're under the age of 59 and a half, of avoiding that 10% early withdrawal penalty. Now, the fourth thing that you can do is that you can just take that 401k that's awarded to the ex-spouse and just roll it over into an IRA. Now, you may prefer to do this, and the spouse may prefer this, because at that point, you can have more control over those dollars. You don't have to worry about those dollars being left inside of the company's 401k. Now, there are two requirements that you must meet in order to do this. You have to be over the age of 59 and a half, or you would have had to have left that company. So if you're not over the age of 59 and a half, you cannot do this with this particular account. Or if you haven't left the company, you may not be able to do this as well. So you have to at least meet one of these requirements in order for you to be able to take the 401k that's awarded to the ex-spouse and roll it over into an IRA. So in any case, no matter what happens, no matter what type of status that these accounts are in, if you take a distribution, you're going to always have to pay taxes on those distributions. I mean, Uncle Sam he doesn't care about a divorce or if you're married. You still have to pay taxes if you take out any distributions. With that being said, that's the end of our educational lesson today. Now, understand, no matter what your situation may be, as I always say, you're going to want to consult with your own financial advisor, tax advisor, or attorney to talk about your particular situation. So I really hope that this educational video gave you some valuable insight on how to go about your 401k in the matter of a divorce. Please remember that these videos are created for educational purposes only, and that you should always consult with your own financial advisor, tax advisor, and attorney regarding your personal situation. And if you're looking for a fiduciary financial advisor to help you with these types of complex financial matters, please click on the link provided in the description below and learn how you can become one of our high-value clients. For more information about this particular topic or any of the topics that we've covered in our prior videos, feel free to reach out to our office or leave any questions or comments in the section below.
To learn more about our services and how we can help you to increase your chances of not outliving your retirement savings, make sure to click on the link in the description below and sign up for our free Maximizing Your Retirement Income Masterclass. After this video, please check out our other videos that we've created that will give you tips on how to maximize your retirement. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and share it with a friend. Thanks for watching, and remember, if you have questions,
we have answers.